21. I heard 21 first. Either one. Any book.
Okay, I'll go first because we've had this page.
Bounce around. Yeah.
We've had this page before, so I have one all planned out.
Not fair.
I know. So it's usually like no more than a half a page, really, is what we say. Like small snippet. All right.
It's our first time playing.
Yes. That.
To make it especially fun.
Once again, the newscaster is saying, anyone with information about this girl's identity is encouraged to call the number on the screen. A long strip of digits appears below the woman's chest, the same ones as yesterday, and I'm struck with a thought. Kayana, I ask. She's writing something on her clipboard and pauses to look up at me. What's that, love? How do you know the callers are imposters? She glances back down at the clipboard and continues scribbling notes, answering my question distractedly. Because none of them know about the locket. My gaze whips toward her. What locket?
If Skin Island is so bad... She leaned out of the doorway until her nose was inches from his, her turquoise eyes burning with a look that brought back an onslaught of memories, most of them involving their 5-year-old selves running wild through the street markets. Why are you taking me there? Jim shut the door, making her sit back quickly to avoid getting caught in it. He grumbled to himself as he made one last walk around the plane, asking the same question. It came down to 1, she was pretty and needed help, and that was a powerful combination, and 2, simply for old time's sake. As he climbed into the pilot's seat and jammed his ancient headset over his ears, a third reason occurred to him. I'm an idiot.
Reading from These Broken Stars. I've done this before, so why do I have to hunt for the right words to bury him? I must have given you the wrong impression last night, I say airily, summoning my brightest, most amused smile. I try so hard to be polite when I'm bored out of my skull, but I guess sometimes that backfires. There's little reaction to be seen at first on Major Maronson's face, merely a subtle closing down of the amused eyes, a tightening of the firm mouth. Even so, there's an irrational surge of anger toward him for being so stupid as to talk to me at all.
I should mention Time Between Us is from Anna's point of view, and this one is from Bennett's. When I push the door open, the little cluster of bells bangs against the glass, and a guy standing over in the new and paperback table turns around and gives me a quick glance. I step inside and look around. I've never seen the bookstore so crowded. I walk down the main aisle, looking for Anna between the bookshelves. I'm halfway through the store when I see her behind the counter. She's bringing up a customer, so I keep a bit of a distance and wait, and try to ignore my heart smacking against my ribcage. Her hair is longer than I remember it, and it occurs to me that every time I saw her in La Paz over the summer, she was wearing it up in a clip or a ponytail. It's even curlier now, and I feel the familiar urge to pull on one of those strands so I can watch it spring back into place. Good job, Nancy. Earth. I hold on to my thoughts of Earth. I don't like the dream time. The dream time is too much like dying. They are dreams, but I'm too out of control. I lose myself in them, and I've already lost too much to let them take over. A splatter of rain on my skin, and it's bright and sunny under the blue sky. And Jason's there, and we almost kiss, but then everything changes, and we're at that party where we met. Because dreams are like that. They go in and out of memories and scenes, but they're never real. They're never real, and I hate them because they're not.
Oh, that's...
Dun dun dun. Another page, please. 67. That's not cheating.
Yeah,
I'll start us off. Where are you? Jim muttered, scanning the trees on the opposite island. He swore and scrubbed at his hair, kicked the sand, started toward the plane, then turned around and came back. This isn't your problem, he told himself. He could just go. He hadn't made any promises to Sophie Crew. Sure, they'd been friends once and all that, but he'd already gone out of his way to help her reach the island and had done as much as could be expected. She probably found her mom and they're catching up over coffee. Safe and sound. He told her he wouldn't stay past nightfall. She knew he wasn't going to wait around. Maybe she thought he was already gone. Maybe he was waiting for someone who would never come. She could have at least come back and said goodbye, for old time's sake. This was what he got for ignoring his own inner voice of alarm. He'd known better the moment he heard the words, Skin Island. He'd known things would get messy.
Okay. You can't, I hear one of them stammer. She just erased 2 hours of work. I ignore the protest, pluck the red marker from Cody's hand, and continue where the proof leaves off. My hand moves fast, almost faster than I can follow. I don't remember anything I'm doing, and yet the numbers and symbols that are appearing on the whiteboard in front of me are familiar. Familiar in a way I can't explain. They don't come from memory. They come from somewhere else. I know how to form them like I know how to walk, how to speak, how to count items in a shopping cart. I'm finished less than a minute later. I step back and examine my work. The entire white space is now filled. I circle the final result. Proved, I say.
How are you going to get it? I don't know yet. I'll think of something. An hour later, in the warmth of the sob, Emma is euphoric, boasting about her skills in crafty manipulation. I really can't take any credit for the first thing that happened. That was absolute luck, she says as she whips the car out of the parking space. Get this. I walk in and Dawson's on the phone, with Argata, I suppose, saying she needs this week's Spanish work so she can take it to Bennett Cooper's house. Butterflies come to life in my stomach at the sound of his name. Someone please shoot me. So I offered to take his homework to him. She gave you his homework? No. She said she couldn't do that. It wasn't allowed. Not even for you, Miss Atkins. She mimics Dawson's voice to a T. So you didn't get it? Of course I got it. Great, where is it? I'm getting to that part. She turns in the street and the driver she cuts off lays on his horn.
Orion says, you'll need to begin with the very first piece of the puzzle. But here's the thing, Amy. I already gave it to you. So go find it. Find all the clues I've left for you. And I have to hope that when you do, the choice you make is the right one. Orion looks straight behind him, then back to me, because you're running out of time.
Help me, I wanted to cry, but my voice never worked properly. Once he touched my cheek, his hand soft against my skin. His bottom lip caught between his teeth, and he stared at me for a long moment before his face twisted and he turned away, retreating back into the haze. After the third session in the machine, the fourth, the fifth, I lost track of time utterly. The wounds on my back never healed now, and I slept naked on my stomach with the sores open to the air. The only times I woke, the only times I came into myself, were when the voice came to me from the machine, began to teach me, taking me gently by the hand and led me through the steps of pulling my mind from the torture my body was undergoing, giving me moments of relief. I would have gone insane had I not learned how to slip away from myself.
That was Skylar's, by the way. Okay, so we are going to play a little game called Trivia.